Growing up, I remember every day in elementary school, we would stand up as a class, put our hand over our heart, and we would recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I got the same feeling then as I do now as an adult when I attend an event and the Star Spangled Banner is played. It's a deep sense of patriotism and knowing that I am thankful for what has been done before me to make this great nation what it is today. So, isn't it ironic that citizens of the United States of America, a nation that fights for our safety and our freedom, are working so hard to deprive future generations of that sense of patriotism at a young age? If pledging to our nation and flag in schools is such an issue, who will fight for our freedom in years to come? It is clear that the Pledge of Allegiance is under much scrutiny and is being aimed at to be taken out of the classroom. We need to consider the value of the Pledge of Allegiance and why we may be better off leaving things just the way they are. Our nation's future successes and its safety are dependent upon having people that believe in it. The dedication to patriotism at a young age, just like you and I were exposed to, will be critical to this. The things I'd like to talk about today is why the issue of God is no big deal, importance of children being young patriots, and the relevance of the First Amendment in opposition of the Pledge of Allegiance being in the school system. So the issue of God and the Pledge of Allegiance. The Pledge of Allegiance is a pledge to the flag of the nation. It's not a pledge to the president, a political party, or any certain God. And the phrase one nation under God is simply saying that a nation was founded under the belief of God. It does not require you to believe in any God or that same principle. And we may be oversensitive to the word God and religion as it pertains to our school systems to begin with. Every country in the world is known for practicing some sort of religion, according to CIA.gov 2013. So why is it that our country, who accepts all forms of religion or none at all, cannot say the word God? God is not specified as Jesus Christ or any other God for that matter in the Pledge of Allegiance. I want to start out with a quote in the second topic of why it's important for our young children to be young patriots. Quote, despising the state might often be a moral necessity, but loving the country whose state it is could still be virtuous. End quote. Callan 2010. See, no matter the political view, children need to know the value of country and the principles we stand for. It is possible to be disapproving of the current state of your country while still maintaining a love and allegiance to its ideals and foundations. Thiessen 2013 cites an increase in negative media among political parties and news outlets to gain upper hand on issues. Combine that with a seemingly increased problem of school shootings and foreign threats such as ISIS, young generations have a lot of mixed messages thrown their way. All the more reason that the Pledge of Allegiance will be critical going forward. So the First Amendment and how it pertains to the opposition of the Pledge of Allegiance. When you think about the opposition of the Pledge of Allegiance in school, many people think it's because the word God is in it. But the first challenge of the Pledge of Allegiance actually came in 1940, 14 years before the phrase under God was officially adopted into the pledge, according to Wheeler 2008. This shows an issue of people exercising their First Amendment just to exercise it. Supreme Court in many instances avoids ruling on cases with the Pledge of Allegiance, dismissing cases such as Elk Grove Unified School District versus New Dow 2004 due to prudential standing or careful judgment. Schrager 2011. On January 9th, 1942, a month after Pearl Harbor, West Virginia Board of Education passed a resolution requiring all teachers and students to salute the flag and recite the Pledge of Allegiance every day in class. Failure to do so could result in students being expelled, parents potentially losing the custody of their children temporarily, or parents facing prison time. This resolution was eventually overturned in 1943, Abraham's 2011. This shows a good reason for people to exercise their First Amendment when it comes to the Pledge of Allegiance. To wrap things up, there's no doubt that the Pledge of Allegiance and its involvement in school is a widely debated topic. The core value of it all is the importance of children learning patriotism and to love their country. And pledging an allegiance to a country in which you reside has nothing to do with political party affiliation or religious beliefs. It's a moral commitment to your country. After all, you are here under your own free will.